He offered me a wireless mic. I think you need to be keeping me corralled here. Since with those introductions, I guess I'm supposed to be animated and show energy. Um, I have three children. My middle son actually worked here at the shipyard and currently works at one of our other shipyards. I'm recalling his graduation ceremonies at Carnegie Mellon. The speaker was Bill Cosby. He started off, of course, he didn't come in an appropriate academic regalia. He was in a sweatshirt and he was walking the dog. But he said, he started off his remarks with, nerds. You guys are just a bunch of nerds. So taking from Bill Cosby and addressing the graduates, malcontents. You're just a bunch of malcontents. And when Bill Cosby was talking to the graduating class, that was in terms of endearment, and that is my intent for you. So what do I mean by malcontent? It means that you see something in your workplace and you're not satisfied. Whether it's the status quo, as Captain Whitney talked about, or just something that's not right. And in fact, as a black belt, I expect you to go in uncharted lands, not just in your own workspace, because a lot of times if you grew up there, you don't see the waste. We've trained you to identify waste. Isn't that what you get out of this curriculum? At least one of the skill sets? But a lot of times we don't see it because we're engrossed in it, we're involved in it. In fact, we may have created it in a previous life. So I expect my malcontents, and you are those malcontents, to go out, identify those, and remove the waste from the process. We talk about stewardship. We talk about stewardship of the taxpayers' dollars, and that's an expectation. So I want to put 3M yellow dot industry out of business.
Yes.
Am I showing my age? Don't we use those little yellow dots, value stream analysis, and we go through and we say, that's a red one, that's easy. There's a green one, that's easy. We know what to do to them. It's the yellow ones that are hard. When we have a lot of yellow dots on the page, that's when we bring in the white ones. Because what's that say? That says that based on our analysis, that's non-value added, but necessary, right? Necessary to who? It's time to start tilting those windmills. You have the tool set now to do that. Okay? I was in a green belt class. My first lean event, we didn't even know what a belt was, let alone a color. So after a few years and we were requiring our engineering duty officers to qualify a green belt, I said, well, maybe I need to go to training. So I went to training, and of course in training you're incognito, right? So are there any active duty military that are incognito here? Don't raise your hand. You're incognito. So I'm in my green belt class. The first, it's going along. I'm with it. I'm just being a student. You know, you can be disruptive if you're in a position of leadership and you show up at a lean event or a process improvement event, because anything you say becomes reality, even though it's just your opinion. So I was sitting there, and one of the students said, hey, this is pretty good stuff. Is there ever a captain or an admiral that shows up at one of these courses? And I stayed silent. And then at the end of the week, I was asked as a supporter of Lean to be the graduation speaker. So I walked into the head at lunchtime, put on my uniform, and came back out and picked up the microphone. What do you think the student who had made that comment did at that point? Ran for cover. But I called him back and said, no, you did the right thing. We need more people that understand that waste is rampant through our processes, and we need to understand how to identify it and then eliminate it. So it's okay if you have a captain, an admiral select, or an admiral, and you tell them, hey, what you're doing is wasteful. That's okay, and we should not ridicule for that behavior, but rather congratulate you. I have one final comment, and I usually talk about this every time I talk about to a graduation of anything, whether it be a lean class or any other the training that we send our employees to. Admiral Captain Whitney, he's in that tweener zone. He doesn't know what he is. We don't know what he is yet. But as long as he keeps his nose clean. Captain Whitney made a comment about investment. So I have a challenge to you. Now, I noted in the list of attendees that there may be someone from the region. So you don't work for me, but the rest of you, you don't work for me either. I work for you. That's another story. But okay. But what I'm telling you is that this investment, we didn't send you to this school so you can hang something on your wall. We didn't send you to this school so that you could put it on a resume. We sent you to this school because we have a need. And that need is not only that you take your skills back into the workplace, but you return on that investment. So if you'd like to, when you feel that you've made that crossover point between the investment and training, you take your salary, you take the salary of those instructors that go there, you figure out what it is, you've got the skill set now to do that. Figure out what it costs, and then what value you bring back to your organization in reducing waste in your process, whether that's cost avoidance or exact savings, and tell me when you've earned your training. Send me an email. I encourage it. If you don't send one, I won't track you down. But I encourage you to do that, not for me, but for you, so that you recognize that, hey, this is an investment. I need to be out there working diligently to get return, because there's a lot of personal time in this too. It's not just time on the clock, because lean infuses you. If not, we didn't get through to you. In high school, I took French. I finally got my third year of French to the point where I was thinking in French. That's scary. Do you think in lean? When you get up in the morning and take a shower and grab the squeegee, do you think about reducing the total number of steps in motion when you squeegee your shower? I did. I was in the weight room at the gym. I was thinking of Q theory, of that guy that was taking his rest breaks on the bench press machine. Hey, you know, if you took your break somewhere else, the rest of us could get through. Lean thinking is part of the way that you operate. It's not something extra. It's part of you. You're now black belts. My expectation is it's now part of you.